my Twitter all the time. So when Gobert got traded to Minnesota, I thought it would be a good time to have a little joke, and people liked it. And, you have to joke around with these things. But, rumors are part of the job we do, and whether they're true or not, it's out of my control. It's nothing I can do about it anyway. So I'll focus on, I always try to focus on what I can control. And so I did that. And so in the end, I end up, having a good fun about it and, had some good time on Twitter.
You didn't reach out to the organization and ask them anything, did you?
No, I did. There was, communication with they were communicating with me and everything. So there was, at no point did I feel like that was going to happen, honestly. So.
One big theme, Vuč, that's come out today is just you just heard DeMar talking about how much better on paper the East has become. What are your thoughts on that, and what is going to define team success to you for this team?
Well, the East obviously has gotten better, but I think for us the success, I think we just have to take a step forward, and we have to aim for the highest goal possible, and so. I think for us last year was kind of good first year of being together and see what we can do, and I think there were a lot of goods. There was some stuff that weren't as good, but I think for us this year is not about taking that step forward, going further than we did last year, and then see how we do. Obviously, the East is better, but I think we also better as a team because we had that year of playing together, all of us. We added some also veteran experience that was going to help us. We have more depth, and hopefully we are healthier this year, and that will help us as well. But I think just having that year together, knowing what we have to be better at now, it's going to help us take that step forward. So we'll see, how obviously we need to use camp well and work well and get ready for the season and be ready from the beginning. Because also now teams are looking at us differently. Last year nobody really knew what we could do. Now they know what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and so they're going to approach us differently. And it's on us to prepare. So. We have to aim for the highest goal possible, but we also have to be ready to put in the work to get there.
Vuč, right here in front, you were candid with us last year about how you didn't shoot the ball well, some things that you struggled with. With that in your mind coming into this season and it being a contract year for you potentially, how do you approach that? Is that going to weigh on you? Do you feel like you could thrive in that and have a good year?
No, it doesn't weigh on me at all. It's not my first contract, so I've been in the NBA for 12 years. I've, established a very good life or even post-career, so I don't think about that too much. Last year I didn't shoot the ball as well as I usually do, and it was just a year like that. It was a year of adjustment for me, new team, new situation, new role on the team, new everything. So it was just a lot at once, and it took me a little bit of time to get to my best, but I think this year I have a different approach, and I know what it's going to take and how I have to do it. And so last year's last year. This is a new year, so I don't think about what happened last year. Just try to move on. I had a good summer, put a lot of work in, and I feel really confident going to this year. So no, I don't necessarily think about what happened, or it doesn't affect me that it's my contract year or anything like that. I don't specifically think that if I go off this year and have a crazy season is going to help me that much more or anything as far as my value and everything. So I think people know my value, what I bring to the table, what I can do, and obviously I have motivation to play well and help this team play even better than last year. So just do my job, focus on what I can control, and we'll see how things go.
Hey, Vuč, what do you make of just your shooting numbers last year? Was that a case that you get the shots that you wanted and just didn't knock them down? Do you think there could be something different as far as spacing on the floor? Did you spend a lot of time on that this offseason thinking about kind of how you can maybe improve on those numbers?
Yeah, I just, I think early on in the season, I think I was maybe a little, too passive and kind of trying to play in a way that just within the team to help everybody get involved, and I felt like I was too much out on the perimeter and settling a little bit. And I think once shots didn't start falling for me, it's kind of I didn't get in a rhythm from the beginning, and it took me a while to get out of it. And then once then I wanted to make it happen overnight, and it just started maybe forcing things a little bit. And so it was just a mix of me being new role where I'm not the main guy, where not everything is through me all the time. Playing with new teammates that I've never played before, playing in a different way that I've played before. So it was a lot of new, different things for me And it took me some time to adjust. And I think that happens a lot of times with players when they switch teams, when they go to different situations. And it's just, that's literally what happened. And so I honestly don't make too big a deal out of it. It happens. People go through up and downs in their career. And so it's not how you fall, it's how you come back up. So for me, it was just that happened. Let's see how I can, come back from that and play better this year. And there was still many things I did really well on the court. I mean, people focus so much on my three-point shooting. It wasn't my best year, but there's so many other things I did well for the team that helped the team in many different ways. And so, also focus on that. And so I don't pay too much attention to that. My approach this summer was the same as every other summer, to work and get ready for this next upcoming season, and what I did well, what I didn't do well, what I can do better, and things like that. So I always study my season, study my game, go through everything, and watch what I can improve on. And so, I feel like I had a really good summer, and I'm, excited for the season, and things can be a good year for me.
Despite what all these guys are saying, I think you're a good shooter. So I was wondering, are you inclined, it's been broached before earlier, would you be inclined to play like a stretch four sort of situation with Drummond, because the Bulls played a lot of these mini frontline lineups last season? How do you feel about playing that role?
I appreciate that you think I'm a good shooter. I do too, by the way. No, I think, yeah, I mean, I'm open to trying, anything to see how it works. And then, obviously, if it works well, it's something we can continue to do. If not, then, we revisit it. But I think it could work. I think with my skill set and my ability to play inside and outside and being able to shoot the ball and, make plays for others and different things, my versatility on the court, I think helps us, try that. And I think last year when Tristan came and we tried that a little bit, there were times where it worked well. So it all depends, on who we're playing, the matchups, how those teams play. And I mean, we won't really know until we try. But yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I've done it throughout my career where I've played kind of I'll call it the stretch five, because I don't know about the stretch four, but stretch five, and it worked well. So we'll see.
Yeah, Vuč, obviously anybody could see that no one sacrificed more than you last season in terms of your role. So how confident are you that in terms of usage that will change this season, or does it need to because you got two other prominent scorers in DeMar and Zach, obviously, and now you've had a year to adjust playing to them, but how confident are you that your usage will be the same or different? Or
I don't know. I mean, it's not to think so much about my usage as far as like number of shots or things like that. I think it's just more of the positions that I'm on the court where I can be effective. And so I think last year there were times where I said I was just too much hanging out on the perimeter. And I can shoot the ball, but again, like it's not what I do. I mean, the three-point is not like my main weapon. That's something I've added over the years, and it's made me a more complete player, and it's helped me elevate my game. But there are like so many other things I do on the court that are better than that. So if you took away my three-point game, I'd still be a very good player, and I could still average high numbers and do everything. But if you take away some of the other stuff that I do well, like rebounding or my inside game or my passing or, my pick and roll game when I get in the pocket and make plays, and I'm just a stand-up three-point shooter, and I'm not as good of a player. So people focus so much on my three-point shot, and, it's something I've added, and I want to continue to get better at and do, because it helps a lot myself and the team as well. But there's so much more I can do on the court, and I think last year I didn't do those other stuff enough. I feel like I was shooting too many threes, even when things weren't going my way. And so I think my mindset this year is to go back more to, what I do best and focus on that. And then shooting as well, obviously, that's going to be a big part. And I want to do that because it's helped me elevate my game a lot. But it can't be my main thing. And I felt like last year at times that was my main thing. And once that didn't really go my way, I was kind of stuck in a way, because I was focused too much on that. So as far as to go back to your question, for usage, I think it's just more so like how I'm used and what positions I can be used and what I can, really use my skill set to the max to help the team win. And I think there's a lot of things I can do for this team, and I have done them, and I will continue to do that can really help the team. And so it's hard. I mean, when you have a big man that can, make plays off the dribble, that can pass, shoot, stretch the floor, play inside, it's hard for defenses to adjust to that. So I think it's a goal for all of us because our offense did get stagnant as the year went on last year, and we struggled a little bit. And so I think for us, I think it's for everybody. The goal is to, hey, how can we play in a way that's going to make everybody play at their best, and that is going to involve everyone and make us tough to guard. So that was really my main focus coming back into this year, and that's what I want to do. I want to come back to do what I do best on the floor, and I think I'll be able to do it and have a good year. Thanks, Vuč. All right, no problem. Thank you.